AITA for refusing to switch airplane seats with a family after they called me selfish? So this happened on my flight yesterday, and now I'm wondering if I handled it badly. I had a window seat on a 9-hour flight that I specifically paid extra for. Important detail, I get really anxious during flights, and having the window seat helps me calm down. About 20 minutes after boarding, a woman came over with her husband and their kid and asked if I could switch seats so they could all sit together. Normally, I probably would have said yes, but the seat they wanted me to move to was a middle seat near the back of the plane. So I politely apologized and said, "Sorry, I'd rather keep the seat I paid for." The woman looked annoyed immediately. Then her husband goes, "Seriously? It's for our child." Their kid was probably around 10 years old. I still stayed polite and said, "I understand, but I paid extra for this seat." That's when the woman mutters, "Some people only care about themselves." At this point, nearby passengers are starting to look over at us. Then the husband loudly says, "Imagine refusing to help a family over a seat." Now I'm embarrassed because suddenly I look like the bad guy to everyone around me. But here's the thing. The airline lets you pay to choose seats together beforehand, and apparently they didn't do that. The flight attendant eventually came over and asked what was happening. Before I could even explain, the husband says, "He refuses to help us sit together." The flight attendant asked if I was willing to move. I quietly said, "Not to a middle seat." Then the flight attendant checked their tickets and goes, "You booked these seats separately." The silence after that was brutal. Turns out they intentionally booked cheaper random seats and expected someone else to switch. The flight attendant actually offered them an upgrade option earlier, but they declined because it cost extra. After hearing that, the people around us suddenly stopped giving me dirty looks. One guy across the aisle even laughed. The family stayed angry the entire flight. And when we landed, the woman walked past me and said, "Hope the window was worth it." Honestly, it absolutely was. But now I'm wondering if I should have just moved to avoid the drama. So, AITA?